Hey everyone, how's it going today? I wanted to share one thing with you, and it's going to be hub-centric rings. Now, most people don't actually think about this, and sometimes they are included whenever you purchase aftermarket wheels. But what this does is basically fit against the hub on the factory rotor area, and what it does is basically fill the gap between that and the actual hub on your, I guess you'd call it the bore on your wheel itself. So what I'm speaking about is this area here. Since it actually doesn't match up correctly with the factory hub, you use one of these to actually fit into here, and that way that your wheel sits firm. Now this keeps from you accidentally breaking bolts, as well as maybe a vibration issue that may occur. Now there is a debate between going with plastic and going with aluminum. I think there's pros and cons to each. The plastic is definitely going to wear out over time compared to what aluminum would be like, but if you have the plastic, that's going to keep from any type of corrosion buildup. Some people have talked about the aluminum hubs actually sticking on the inside and basically just kind of welding themselves to the inside of your wheel. So I would say, in my opinion, the best is to go with plastic, but to buy a reputable brand. These ones are Gorilla. They also make lug nuts. I've used those for quite a while and they've always been really good, so decided to go with them for these hub-centric rings. If you just buy a cheap pair off of Amazon, you're most likely just getting a cheap pair that's going to break or is warped. The install of this is very simple. Basically, you just fit this right against the hub as best as you can, and I just have a small hammer. Slowly just kind of tap around the sides here. Now it's seated. The only thing left you have to do is put it back on the car. Make sure you torque the lugs whenever you put everything back on, because you don't want to do all of this and then forget that they're actually just hand tightened. So it's that easy. One last thing I wanted to speak about is actually figuring out what hub-centric rings you need. Whenever you're using your 2015 through 2019 WRX or STI, it's going to be 56.15 as the vehicle hub size, which will be the inner hub. For the outer diameter, it's going to differ based on whatever wheel that you buy, but whenever you actually pull up the wheel, where you're looking at it on the internet, it's always going to tell you what the actual bore size is. So from there, mine was 73, went with that. It fit perfectly. It took a little bit of a hammer to actually get them in, but it was just a little bit of force to make sure that it was seated securely and properly. So apart from this, it's going to help out a little bit with your noise, as well as just stability against the actual factory bolts that you have. Hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, happy driving and enjoy.